Evansville Watch is a Facebook and Twitter organization that monitors the police radio here in town. When something goes out over it, they will tweet or status update about it so that the community is informed. Some of those things that happen, believe it or not, or they can be a little out there.
Just a smidge.
Those are the ones that we tend to focus on. So, Ryan, what has come from Evansville Watch over the past 7 days or so?
All right, here we go. We'll start with a family dispute. Subject is yelling at and threatening to hit another subject because they ate his food. EPD en route.
You know, Brittany read me that one last night, and all I could say was, who hasn't been there? I mean, yes, the cops got called this time, but have you never gotten into a fight for somebody eating your food?
Well, it happens with my kids all the time. There was something was in the fridge one day, and my son was ready to go eat it, and my daughter had already beaten into it, and where's the thing? And she chimed in and said, well, I just ate it. And all hell broke
Or like,
loose.
remember when you were a kid and, you know, mom brings back like a 6-pack of fruit roll-ups?
Yeah.
And I want to eat all 6 of them before my stupid siblings get a chance to go to them.
Exactly, and that's what this was all about.
Yeah, so...
All right. Next up, 3 juvenile males just left IGA heading towards Zesto's. Caller wants them checked on and thinks they were high on something.
Sometimes you can just tell.
Mm-hmm. EPD and EFD on scene at 700 North Green River Road for 2 subjects passed out in a car.
Both of them passed out.
Both of them, just out like a light.
Interesting.
Noise complaint, yelling, and in the 2800 block, Sugar Mill Drive. 6 college-age subjects are playing cornhole. It's a feisty game of cornhole going on.
Wait, what was the problem?
Noise complaint.
Oh, okay.
They were just being loud.
Gotcha.
Probably drunk.
Probably.
Would be my guess.
College age gives it away.
All right, couple fights that were reported by Evansville Watch over the course of the last 7 days or so. Fight in the 200 block, West Maryland Street. Approximately 10 subjects involved, males and females.
Oh.
And then, separate day, different time, fight at Lincoln and Morton. A group of approximately 20 females are fighting. Female fight club going on right here in Evansville.
20 of them.
20 of them.
That'd be a battle royal.
That is something I would pay money to watch.
Yeah, people have paid money to watch that before.
All right, this is a good one. Caller reports there is a naked man, naked woman in his bathtub.
Wait,
both. Someone let them in, and by God, he wants them out. The 800 block of Oakley Street.
So let me make sure I get this straight. This guy comes home.
Yes.
And there's a naked man and woman in his bathtub, and he wants them out.
That's correct. Now, there's no word of whether they were sleeping or something else was going on.
If you're naked in a bathtub with a woman, you're not going to be sleeping.
One would think that something was going on.
Did he
but who let them in? Like, was there somebody else in the house that said, yeah, come on in?
Do you think they were strangers?
That, probably not. At least, maybe not to the person who let them in, but maybe to the person that called the cops in the first place.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a story you only hear about in Evansville.
All right, this one's got multiple updates to it, so bear with me, and you may have seen this on the news. Overnight break-in at Dove Chapel Missionary Baptist Church, 4420 Nurnburn Road. Deputy en route to take a report. Update, burglary at Dove Chapel. Possible suspect located inside. Deputy easy for me to say, requesting backup ASAP. Excuse me. Update, the suspect is cornered inside the church. Deputy has asked for supervisor and a negotiator. Update, deputy says the subject has been inside since early this morning. They have not seen him, but they are talking to him. Update, there are weapons and knives in the area, and there is a rag with blood on it. The guy is telling deputies he is Jesus.
What is amazing about this story is that last time you were here with us was the day after Easter.
Correct.
And you did an edition of It Came From Evansville Watch. And that one, when it went online, was called It Came From Evansville Watch starring Jesus.
Right.
Because Jesus was in that one, too.
That's correct.
And do you think it's the same guy?
Maybe. Is this something to do with me? Maybe. I mean, I guess it could. I saw the video on the news of them because there's a couple more updates, and they get him in custody and they arrest him. But he did have the long string, like beard, mustache, brown hair. He had that look of.
Oh, so he did
Lord.
kind of resemble Jesus?
A little bit.
Huh.
Now, of course, they tell you that he was calling himself Jesus beforehand, so you kind of maybe already have that imagery in your head.
Yeah.
But, if I were to see him walking down the street as I'm just driving around town, I'd go, that guy looks like the Lord.
If I had to render a guess, I'm going to say the MO is so similar. Robbing a church, not supposed to be there, claiming to be Jesus. I would think it has to be the same guy.
One would imagine.
Yeah.
Although I think a lot of people kind of have those delusions of grandeur from time to time if they're not all right upstairs anyway.
You know, I feel like I'm not all the way there upstairs, but I never claimed to be Jesus.
No.
Nor breaking.
No, but
I was
you
the
got
kid.
the beard you're rocking. You could, if you could just get the mustache to connect there,
It won't connect.
I feel you.
I was the kid. I wanted to break out of church. I had to be here for an hour.
I was born and raised Catholic, so
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's like, oh,
and then
my
I had
Lord.
to do the school on Monday nights.
Yep.
Right at the same time as wrestling, of course. So I was so happy to be there.
All right, Rob, this is the one I think you were talking about. This will wrap up today's edition of It Came from Evansville Watch. Here we go. Caller says she's been arguing with her ex all day.
Follow this.
And she just accidentally ran over him with the car. He's on the ground behind the car now, cursing her and yelling that she did it on purpose on Kathleen Avenue, EPD en route.
This wins the award for best use of the word accidentally ever. Can you read it one more time?
Caller says she's been arguing with her ex all day, and she just accidentally ran over him with the car. He's on the ground behind the car now, cussing her and yelling that she did it on purpose.
I'm going to, again, if I'm a juror, you know, I don't want to go into this with prejudice. I'm going to say it probably wasn't an accident.
I would go that I would lean more that way as well. I would have to know the circumstances leading up to that point when he did get run over. Like, was he in front of the car? Was he behind the car?
In my head, I see him as behind, and she ran him over backwards.
That would be my guess. She's maybe trying to leave, trying to pull out of the driveway.
Yes,
maybe
that's what I see.
He's behind there. You're not going anywhere until we figure this out, blah, 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 blah. And then she kind of maybe slowly starts creeping back, and he's banging on the trunk a little bit.
Yeah,
and then
that's
finally,
how I see it.
Finally, she gives it just enough gas to... I don't think she literally ran over him with the tires. I don't feel like that's the case. If he's still on the ground cursing and yelling, I feel like she bumped him hard enough to knock him down.
In my head, I see it as if you don't move, I'm going to run you over kind of thing.
I could see it that way as well.
And she followed through.
Sure, I think so.
But
so
yeah, do you have that open by chance? Because when I saw that last night, it was only up for like 2 hours and had 11 shy of 1,000 likes.
I can pull it up real quick.
I'm curious to see how many. That's one of the biggest ones they've had, I think.
I would think so. Here we go. All right. You're one of the many people that liked it. This Facebook says it's been liked by 1.1K others.
Wow.
It's had 783 shares and 235 comments.
And that's why I love doing the segment. These are all right here in our own backyard, and they're so funny.
Yeah.
So those are real stories that have happened here in Evansville. Thank you, Evansville Watch, for reporting on those. We love you guys.